Welcome to day 2 of the 7-day stream challenge. Oh man, I'm sorry if the audio doesn't sound that great. I was gonna plug in my microphone and all that shit, but I can't find it. I can't find it in my room. My room is actually decently clean right now, and my room's never clean. But I've been doing a lot of this, so I try to clean my room up. But even when it's clean, for some reason, I still can't find my microphone. So I hope you guys can hear me. Hope it sounds nice and buttery for you. Uh, you know, and it's been a day, man. It's been a day, bro. It is cold as fuck outside, bro. It is cold as fuck. It's crazy, man. I think we're at probably like 15 degrees outside here in New York City, man. That's why, you guys probably wondering, why is he wearing his hoodie all the time? It's cold as shit in my apartment, man. I'm telling you right now, it is bad in my apartment, which is why I had to cook up a little bit of food for you. Look at that shit, man. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Bro. If you don't see here, I'm cooking ramen actually. I had to make a little soup to warm up. But I make it crazy. I make like good ramen. I take terrible ramen and I literally bring it to a whole nother level. Welcome to the new viewer checking things out. Look at the chicken I'm making. Okay? I'm making ramen noodles right now, but the secret is to put raw chicken. You can boil the raw chicken, give you a nice little bone broth in there. I'm giving you guys tips right now. This is how you be broke but not feel broke. I'm telling you for real. This is how you be broke but you don't feel broke. That is by putting a little bit of chicken in the ramen noodles. You still gotta have the cheap ramen though. Listen. I didn't grow up in the project, but I didn't grow up rich either. And this right here, it saved me a lot. I'm gonna put this bad boy in there. Had that chicken boiling for about 20 minutes, so it's nice and soft. You know it's thoroughly cooked. Get in there. And I'm a big boy. So we're going out. Number 2. I don't know how anybody eats just one ramen pack. This shit is crazy. We're gonna wait for a couple people to get in here. But while we do, I'm gonna show you guys how to cook this bitch. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? It's actually good I can't find my microphone because I'm gonna be eating during this stream, and I don't want you guys to hear me lip smacking. It's gonna be bad. Cause this shit's gonna be fire. So I would be smacking with no remorse. We got a lot to talk about tonight, man. You know, the entertainment, the YouTube gods must have known that I was trying to put together this 7-day challenge because I feel like in hip hop there's been a lot to talk about. Not only that, in news too. I mean, you guys saw my thumbnail, so it's just getting a little oppy outside. Not only is the weather an op, but we got Mr. Elon Musk who's an op as well too, man. This shit is going crazy, dude. Call me crazy, but I feel like a billionaire from a foreign country should not be able to dictate what the government in America does. Call me crazy. I might be that guy. You know? What up, my guy? I see all the new viewers. Thank you, thank you. I'm making some cheap ramen noodles, but it looks fire. You can't tell me that doesn't look fire. I mean, come on now. You know that looks fire. You know? Got a lot to talk about. I was talking about Joe Budden yesterday, but today we're focused on Elon Musk, and we might even talk a little bit about Trevor Noah as well, because there's some drama that's happening with Trevor Noah and DL Hughley right now. Apparently, Trevor Noah was talking about like integration or something, and saying that America shouldn't have integrated. Which I've heard that topic before. I've heard that opinion from people before. But not foreign people, Americans, which is cool. And I understand the thought process behind it, but I'm more on the DL Hughley side of integration because separate but equal is never equal. It's usually a fallacy, and we look at these things in hindsight and we think about all these different popular, black towns and stuff that were burned down and all that stuff, and we think that that was every day. And not to say that we didn't strive to do tremendous things during that time, but for every Tulsa, there were 6 run down black communities as well too, not from the effort of these people's own. You know what I mean? A lot of it was just a lack of government funding, which is why reintegration was so important. You know, say my forecast in a forecast voice. Today is a balmy 19 degrees. Is it balmy? Is that balmy's hot? Today's a frigid 19 degrees in New York City. Guys, bundle up because you are in for a treat. It's a type of snow. It's a type of cold where you can go outside and freeze your balls off in 0.2 seconds. So get ready and bring out that scarf. I've been Chuck Scarborough, and that has been the news. Chuck Scarborough. I feel like Chuck Scarborough is a real guy. Thank you for saying you saying I have a weatherman voice. I do have a weatherman voice. It's a nice voice. Shout out to Texas Hoarder doing his thing. We all out here living. This is actually great, man. I'm happy. I prefer ice-tacular. It is an ice-tacular. It's an ice-tacular February 18th. Tell the kids to bundle up, because if they don't, they will die. I've been thinking about getting into voice acting, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I've had enough people tell me that my voice is pretty solid, where I'm like, all right, I can fuck with it. Sit in my house all day, not do shit. Record a couple funny voices and get a check. I can do that. I can do that. That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. Let me tell you. Look at how the ramen is developing. You guys need to see this shit, man. You guys need to see this shit. Look how beautiful that is. I think we're just about done here. You guys are about to hear me slurping. Pause for 20 minutes, dog. Oh my god. Yeah, man. I really am into voice acting. I've been thinking about getting into that for a while. I was doing podcasting for a minute, which I'm actually still gonna bring back and stuff. And I'm actually launching a nice little interview show on the YouTube channel as well, guys. So get ready for that. I'm gonna be interviewing basically local artists in NYC, mostly comedians and rappers and stuff like that. And we're gonna be traveling to 3 of their favorite spots in New York City. So it's kind of gonna be a comedy show / interview show / travel show, because I started realizing, man, I feel like I take New York for granted. When you live here, you work so much, it's so expensive to live here. You forget that you're one of the dopest cities in the world. Like, I've traveled a decent amount, nothing crazy, but I've traveled through Europe and stuff. I've been to Canada, been to the Caribbean a lot and everything like that. And, all those places are great, but I will say New York is still my favorite city. And that's a lot for somebody who lives in that city to say that. But it really is. It really is. It's one of the greatest cities in the world. So I want to start taking advantage of that and actually showing people the things that are happening here, especially because it's so expensive out here, like I was saying. So a lot of the artistry and the uniqueness of New York is kind of starting to die, bro. It's a fun place. I love being here, but a lot of people are getting priced out. So before that happens, I want to show you how lit it used to be. You feel me? New York is a dope city to live in, man. Anybody who is not from New York, Texas Hauler, I'm assuming you're not from New York either. Definitely come through one day, man. I was gonna say I'll show you a good time, pause, but I have no idea who you are, so I probably won't. But I have a lot of suggestions of places you can go to, so definitely check that out, bro. Oh man, I'm so fucking hungry, man. I'm not gonna lie. It was one of those times where I was gonna do my live and I was like, yo, just wait until after the live to eat. But honestly, I've just been so hungry all day, working all hard and shit. I was like, fuck that. Make it part of the live. That's the best part about this shit, man. That is the best part about this shit. Anything can be alive. You can do any part of it. That's why I kind of wanted to do this whole 7-day challenge. Number one, to just see like what can I make out of 7 days, and can I get more used to being in front of the camera if I do it for 7 days straight and see how that goes. You know, so I'm glad you guys are here with me, experiencing it. We are small but mighty. Okay. God damn it. For those of you who didn't know, I also have two roommates. And the worst part about two roommates is there's always dirty dishes. We have a dishwasher, which is perfect, but half the time it's loaded up and then all the dishes are dirty and I gotta wait an hour to get a fucking bowl. You know what I mean? Drives me fucking crazy. I love them. They're the best people in the world. They're super chill, but I gotta find my own apartment, man. One of these days, hopefully this YouTube shit takes off and I can get myself a little penthouse out in Soho. Because if not, I'm gonna be washing dishes like this just to eat some goddamn ramen. Shit is fucked up out here. Shit is fucked up out here. Your boy's gotta do dishes before he eats. That's not how I roll. That's not how life should be. You know? Oh man. I do love this live shit, man. Because you know why? It gives you the right to be kind of boring. Does it make sense? I'm glad, like, I love the YouTube video shit and everything. I love the video shit everywhere, but I love live streaming because it's like, bro, I'm a millennial. I was built off of network TV, live TV, and the fact that you can go live to connect with people is just so fucking fly, bro. I feel like, honestly, like, media is kind of doing this weird loop around where it's like, yeah, we ditched like networks and shit, but we're looping back around to like live television and like channel surfing and shit like that. Like they have all those different apps like Pluto and all that stuff nowadays. People got different things. All the TikToks, it's like people love TikToks, but at the same time, now TikTok is extending their times. You can do like 10-minute videos on TikTok. That wasn't happening 5 years ago. I think it's because people love the short videos. It's cool, but it's more addictive than it is good. Does that make sense? A lot of these short videos, you're kind of just tricking your brain into being addicted to little bits of information, and it's good to watch, but at the same time, people want more substance. Oh, look at this. Look at it. Piping hot, bro. Look at, oh my God. Incredible. Incredible. And we got like 4 wings in there. God damn, this shit might be a little too small to fit the food in. Let's see, I'm gonna be extra careful with that. Extra, extra, extra careful. Oh my God. Filled all the way to the top. This shit is lit. Oh my God. I know you want some. I know you want some. You can't have it, but I know you want some. Oh my God. I gotta drain out a little bit of this broth. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Nothing crazy. Just a little bit. Hell yeah, man. If there's one thing I love, it's food. For real. I might even start my own little cooking show, man. Who knows? I'm not too bad up there. Oh my God. Ramen noodles the Risden way, baby. Not bad. Not bad. I know you guys are waiting for the Elon Musk talk, and we're gonna do that in just a second. But I need to get a little situated in this bitch. Oh my gosh! You can still see the steam. You can still see the steam on this motherfucker. Jesus Christ! take you through the crib right now. Give you the behind the scenes. God damn it. I'm on a big ass tripod, so it's kind of hard to get around actually. I'm not even gonna lie. And yes, my living room is very messy. God damn it. Oh my gosh. Let me get my little notebook too. I got my ramen, got my notebook with my topics. Now to take this shit to the next level, baby. Let's go. So how do you guys feel about Elon, man? I don't know. Elon Musk, he's an interesting dude, bro. To say the least, he's a very interesting man. You know, I've always kind of hated Elon Musk. He's one of those people who like Elon Musk reminds me of like Tony Stark if he got no pussy. You feel me? He's just like he's one of those rich dudes who's like rich and I feel like he doesn't know how to be rich. You know, it's like you should be doing fun shit instead of like shit posting on Twitter. You know, dude's a trillionaire with the ego and actions of a 5-year-old. It's crazy. But somehow this man has managed to now be the you know the president in a weird way. He's like the if you ever read stuff like 48 Laws of Power, like Machiavelli, you understand that like the king is important, but the person with the most power truly is the king's advisor. You know, they always say, don't be the king, be the king's advisor. Because the king's advisor, the king can be dethroned and throned, and there's wars and this, that, and the third. But the king's advisor always stays. And that's essentially what Elon Musk is. He's this dude who made deals with Trump and now can kind of just be at the top of the US government, even though he's just some like random foreigner, And now that this is something that's already happened, it's now going to be something that like is common because America's like that, We like, once somebody like breaks a barrier, we're just like, all right, that's just how things are now. And we just let it happen. So Elon Musk is the first, but he's not going to be the last. Usually when it comes to this type of stuff, there's always like, there's people in industries who have definitely like, lorded over problems, but they always done it from the shadows. But he's actually out in front doing it. That's what's so annoying about this motherfucker, bro. Like, Elon is like, I don't know. He's one of those dudes. It's no matter how rich he is, I have no respect for him. He's just a fucking nut. I do respect that he's basically corrupting the U.S. government out in the open. That's cool. That's cool, I guess. Because it's like one of those things where it's like, why hide it when I can actually see you? So I guess I appreciate that in a sense, but at the same time, I'm like, this dude is just a fucking complete piece of shit. The reason he was, and I didn't even want to talk about this guy. I was going to talk about, hip hop as usual, as I usually do, but I just went on like Twitter and Threads today, and everybody was just attacking him. I was wondering what the fuck they're talking about. Apparently, he's helping get rid of Medicaid now. Obviously, it's not legitimately him. It's really like him through Trump. But basically, obviously, what is it, Doge or whatever that he's doing? They want to basically audit the government, which I've said before. I'm actually in favor for the government being audited. There's a lot of waste and there's a lot of lies that people have been keeping up for years and years and lining their pockets with government money. So an audit is fine, but the person auditing is the issue, and the way that they're auditing is the issue. It's like, get rid of the waste, but the waste doesn't mean social programs. Does that, you know what I'm saying? Like, for these guys, like getting rid of waste means getting rid of food stamps and shit. And there's a lot of people who wouldn't survive. I mean, shit. I have a job now, but there was a time when I was broke where I wouldn't have survived whatsoever without that. Um, and to think that these people are trying to like gut those social programs is just fucking awful. You know, obviously there's like I said, there's a lot of people stealing money and shit, but like, you know, why not just look at the excessive spending, not cut all the spending altogether? Because the government does need to be audited. There's a lot of people in the government who act incredibly fishy, and especially when it comes to a lot of the blue tie stuff, the democratic stuff. A lot of these people at the top of these charities and organizations and stuff, they're just stealing from the people. I mean, a lot of charities, I heard Tim Dillon talking about this the other day, about how a lot of charities are scams, and they really are. A lot of times if you actually look into how much money these charities are making, and then how much of the money actually goes to the people in need, sometimes it can be as low as like 15-20%, maybe even lower. And that's because like the charity system is a system of liberal elites. A lot of these people were insanely rich, and they wanted to do a charity, and sure, they wanted to help people, but it was more to flex on their friends. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, Republicans buy like houses and cars and shit. Democrats, they buy houses, they buy cars, but their biggest flex is how many poor people they can show that they helped. you know uh and truth be told, it's like they're helping, but they're helping like a fraction of the people, and it's crazy. You know what I gotta say? This wing, not bad, not bad. Is it in bad taste to eat on a live stream? I don't know. It may be, but I'm gonna be doing some of that, some more of that stuff. I'm actually gonna be doing a live stream on Friday where I'm gonna take you to the best halal spot in New York City. So it's a bit of a secret, but it's a secret, but it's an open secret. So I don't feel too guilty about it. But it's one of the best places I've ever been to. It's my favorite. I go there all the time. It's been on TV even before. Anthony Bourdain and shit. So it's fucking official, man. But you got to tune in on Friday to watch that shit. That's what I want to do. I want to take you guys to like cool restaurants. I mean, it's freezing outside right now. It's a it's an ice-tacular 15 degrees in New York City. Very, very cold. But I do want to start going around and like traveling and shit, and like showing you guys these really cool spots in New York, because I really have a feeling deep inside that a lot of these places are going to be gone, man. A lot of them. Welcome to all the new viewers. I made some insane ramen. So if you guys want a cooking lesson, I'll hit you with that. Maybe tomorrow I'll do another ramen tutorial for you, man. I'll tell you though, if you want to make some good ramen, man, you take some raw chicken and you boil that shit, and you make like a light bone broth with it. Then you put in the noodles, then you put in the veggies, then you put in the egg. You fucking, hook it up, dog. But back to the Elon thing, man. You know, it's disappointing, but it's not something that's surprising at all, if that makes sense. He's always been somebody who has just been a colossal, douche, if you will. I don't want to get in trouble or flagged on YouTube, because this guy seems to own the entire world. But yeah, he's just been the worst forever. So I can't really, be mad at him for still being consistent in who he is as a bad person, right? But I don't know. I mean, there's a couple of you guys watching. If you guys had as much money as Elon Musk, what would you do? What would you do with the money? Because like I really feel, man, it's like if I had that much money, I would really be helping people, bro. I'd be like, you know, maybe not start charities because, like I was saying, there's a lot of like issues with the charity system. But I would definitely start certain, programs and stuff for the less fortunate. I mean, shit, I'm not gonna lie. Like one of my dreams with comedy is once I blow up in that, I want to open up a STEM school for black kids to go to. You know what I mean? Like in the hood and shit. And maybe it can be something where it's like tutoring after school, or eventually, who knows, if it really becomes successful, it can be like an actual full on, you know, 8 hour, 7 hour school for children, you know. And these are the things that I think about right now. You know what I mean? And I got $20 in my account. I'm waiting until Friday. I'm sweating over here. This guy, he has so much money and he just still does nothing with it. It's crazy. He has so much money. He has like 15 kids, and it doesn't even matter to him. That's how much money this guy has. You know. Welcome to Cat, everybody. I don't know if you guys have met the homie. Say hi to the homie. This is Mo. He's my guy. I'll tell you, man. I said it before. I was never a huge. Dude's fucking finishing my. You know why? Because he wants my food. He wants my food so fucking bad. I was never like a pet person. Well, I was like more of a dog person. I was never a cat person. I'll tell you that. But literally, I've had him for 6 years, and the way it happened was kind of crazy. I just moved into my apartment in Brooklyn, and literally when I moved in, he wants my chicken so bad. It's driving me nuts. You can't have it. You can't have it. Get out of here. But literally, I was living in Brooklyn. I was at a bar, and one of my friends hit me up, and my roommate, and he was like, "Hey, man, I'm just letting you know." Uh, what did it say? He was like, "I just want to let you know that like someone dropped off a duffel bag full of cats on our porch." This really happened. I remember that night. It was like pouring rain, dude, pouring rain. He's like, "I just wanted to let you know somebody left this duffel bag full of cats. There's like 18 fucking cats here, dude. And I don't know if you're allergic, but we have to find them a home." And I was like, "All right, fuck it. I'll go with it, whatever." And I actually was allergic to cats. But somehow, I don't know if it's like a scientific thing. Maybe it's like when kittens are kittens, they don't give off as much like the enzyme or like allergen or dander or something. Because when I was there was mad kittens and I didn't sneeze once. And I used to be the type of guy who like if I was around cats, my eyes would start watering. I had to be sneezing all the time, And yeah, we gave all the cats homes, and then all of a sudden I decided to keep this guy, and I've had him for like 6 years. Best thing that ever happened to me, man. What does this guy say? He said, "I put a sticker on my car that says I bought before I knew Elon was a nut. It's not a Tesla or anything, but I just need to let people know that my 1990 Volvo has nothing to do with that asshole." Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. I'll be honest with you. That's extremely fair. This dude is like one of those people where right now he's like some like loony guy, whatever. But truth be told, like, 100 years from now, people are going to be like, how did we allow someone like this to have so much control of society? It's terrible, man. Like as humans, we truly never learn, because I mean, obviously, I mean the dude's like a literal, Nazi. I don't know if you can say that on. Isn't it so weird though? Pause on the Elon talk. Isn't it weird that you can't say actual words like on the internet or like on Twitter, or they won't get any motion? You know what I mean? And it's just like I feel like so much of that is like I don't know if it's a strategy. I actually do. I think it's like an actual strategy between like the higher ups at these companies to like dilute how real life is and like keep you sedated, So you can't say the K word, but you can say unalived, right? Same with someone deciding to take themselves out. You can say deciding to take themselves out, but you can't say the S word, right? And it's like I understand it with like slurs and stuff like that, but as far as like actual reality things that people may need help with and like need connection with and shit, it's like super lame that you have to like because it takes so much of the bite and like the realness out of it. It's like corny, bro. It's corny as fuck. I can't even fuck with it. I'll be honest with you. Mm. Shout out to the people rocking with me, man. Thank you for the like, by the way, too. Happy that you guys are out here checking out the live stream and everything, man. This is what a lot of it's gonna be. Like it's gonna be me, obviously, like talking hip hop, talking current events and everything. But I'm trying to get comfortable just chilling, man. Because not only do I care about hip hop and other current events, but I'm also a stand up fucking comedian. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna, I gotta talk to you. I gotta vibe with you. You know. And these last couple weeks, it's been a vibe, man. I'm in good spirits, man. I was stressed out for a minute. You know how that is. I swear to God, man. Money is like the biggest stressor, or not having money is like the biggest stressor in the entire world. You know, and the crazy part is it's not even real. Yeah, it really isn't. It's crazy. Like we just got paper and decided to like give it value, and it actually has none whatsoever. The only value it has is how much it cost to have it printed, essentially. But we decide that this is $100 bill and this is a $20 bill, and when we go to other countries, we can spend a lot less of our money because their dollar has. It's like it's all a fucking lie. It's all a lie. I mean, what was it in the 1930s? They got rid of the Federal Reserve, so there's no gold backing our money anymore. You know, so ever since like around like 1930, the American dollar, or just honestly, just currency in general, has essentially been worthless and not real, and we're just printing this money. But like, let's be real, even before that, all currencies has been worthless throughout human history. I mean, even gold is essentially worthless. Like I won't say worthless, but it's only worth as much as you can do with it. And when I say do with it, I mean like the utility aspect of do with it. I don't mean like, oh, I can buy stuff because I have this gold. I'm like, think about it. If you didn't, if you couldn't use gold to buy shit, what would you even use it for? And there's a lot of utilities for it. I mean, a lot of people before, especially in Africa, used to put gold tips on their spears, and it has a stylish look to it, and it's aesthetically pleasing, and gold is also a fantastic conductor, when you're talking about electronics and stuff like that. Um, but aside from that, it's just another thing, you know. It's like if that's the argument for why gold has value, then shouldn't wood be like the highest valued currency in the world? That's what I'm saying. It's like all this shit is just fucking lies. And I know I sound like a 13-year-old who just took mushrooms for the first time, but it's true. It's fucking true, man. It's fucking true. And after that rant, I'm gonna take a bite of this chicken wing. Oh my god. mm I'm gonna give a piece to my cat because he's fucking staring at me like he wants to rob me. Staring at me like I'm walking through a dark alley with a bag full of money. He's there, boy. But yeah, Elon, it's like, how the fuck, how the fuck can you have that much money and not want to do anything that actually helps people? You know, it's just it's almost maddening. I don't know, for real, guys. Like, if you did have Elon's money, he has trillions of dollars. When I was a kid, no one had trillions of dollars. He has trillions of dollars. If you had $1 trillion, what would you do with that? Just give me a short answer. I mean, I would be, I'd be doing a lot of kid shit. I'd be doing a lot of Iron Man shit. I'd like build an Iron Man suit, fight crime, you know, build a jetpack, fly all over the world, hang, spend some nights with all the certain OnlyFans models that I've subscribed to in the past. I'm done with that now, but when you have that money, it's like, why not? Why not? But I'd also be helping people all the time. I swear to God. I mean, of course, it's such a probably poor person thing to say, but if I was rich, I'd be like the sickest rich guy. Yep. Shout out to Kylie saying first the family's getting houses, facts, and bills paid, facts, then donated to charity and whatnot. I don't need all of that. That's exactly true, man. It's like there's only so much money a human being actually needs. And realistically, I think it's a lot of just like you know, relative life bullshit. It's like once you get that rich, your life upgrades in the sense of like now you're flying private, but it's like you don't really have to, or you can just get like a tour bus or something. You know what I mean? It's all kind of unnecessary and like really dumb. And it's like that's how I feel, man. Like I agree with you. I'd be getting houses for my family, for my friends, paying all their bills, not all their bills indefinitely, but just, all whoever's behind. I would definitely help them out first. But then I would just try to build something that can like outlast the legacy of the money that I had. You know what I mean? Where I would totally build a school. I would totally build a school. I'd try to fit, maybe even a building, something like that, dude. Schools for sure, man. Maybe even some sort of like I don't know. I would try to change like infrastructure somehow because with that money you have the power to do that shit, bro. Exactly. Once you get a certain amount of money at a certain point, you know, you don't really need anything else. What did Elon do? Elon basically, if you don't know, he's helping audit the U.S. government right now. So there's been talk about like U.S. aid and all that type of stuff, and U.S. aid is kind of the umbrella term for a bunch of different social programs that are going on, and he's auditing them, which I personally think, as a socialist, the government needs to be audited. The government needs to be kept in check because people can run rampant and do whatever they want and steal a lot of money. And for a long time, they have been stealing a lot of money, mainly the Democrats. Uh, but they're using the audit as an excuse to basically cut all those programs and be like, oh, people are stealing, so we don't actually need any of these things. I don't know, I just don't think that's true. If I'm being honest, if I can put on my tinfoil hat right now and just be 100% real with you guys, I truly think that like the Republicans and Democrats work fully in tandem together to keep wealth only to themselves, right? And it's a two-pronged approach, right? So basically what happens is Democrats try to be on the side of the people, right? And they spearhead certain social programs. But like we just talked about, they steal through those social programs. They steal lots and lots and lots of money while looking very, very good and having the admiration of celebrities and stuff who, to their credit, usually don't know what these politicians are doing. Some know, but a lot of them don't know that shit. You know what I mean? So they get to live this cool humanitarian rich person life while stealing all these money from the people, right? And then once the Democrats are out of office, a Republican comes along and they go, "There's tons and tons of overspending. All these social programs aren't real and they don't work. These people didn't get any of the money." And so they take the social programs. Then a Democrat comes in and he goes, "We need social programs. We're for the people." They get the social programs and they steal from the social programs again. And then the Republicans come in and say, "Hey, they're stealing from the social programs. None of this is worth anything." And it's just a recurring cycle over and over and over. And the money keeps cycling between the two of them constantly. Uh, and it's sad. I wish more people would see it. I wish more people would see it. How do you feel about Elon not being a legal citizen in Canada and having such a large hand in our government right now? Also, fully agree that both sides of the government are really against us. Yeah, I feel terrible about the fact that Elon's not a legal citizen. You know, I don't mean to kind of, give props to the forefathers because most of them were slave owners and terrible racists, but they did set up a certain amount of rules for the government to go, and the whole thing of like the president cannot be someone who isn't an American citizen and wasn't born in the U.S. Was one of them, and I do think that that's a strong value and rule to have because when you don't have that, you have someone like this. Realistically, if we didn't have that rule, Elon Musk would be the president. You know, so now that we have that rule, he has to work from the shadows, but at least it's the shadows. You know what I mean? So I feel terrible about it, and I do think in years from now, we are going to feel incredibly stupid. I mean, not me, because I wasn't for it and I didn't vote for Trump and all that stuff. But a lot of these people who voted for Trump, some are bad people and white supremacists, sure, but a lot of people are just scared, man, and they're not, you know, uh, they're just not sure about what's going to happen with the future and the future of the country. And a lot of them have a lot of values that are totally changing. I mean, the problem with liberalism is when things change nowadays with the internet, we like to gaslight, Republicans or more conservative people as if this is how it's always been, you know? Like you'll just find out new things. Like once people like kind of brought trans people into the game and they're acting like, yeah, yeah, this is. I mean, what do you mean? Like this is just how it's always been. Or like new terms like BIPOC and shit like that. It's like BIPOC. What do you can't say BIPOC? It's like what's wrong with you that you can't say BIPOC? It's like I get you. Yes, people should be able to adjust, but to plain act like everybody was all called BIPOC forever and these people are dumb for not knowing that is the reason why we lost the election. you know, Democrats shoot themselves in the foot. And truth be told, I'm not a Democrat. I'm a liberal. I'm a leftist, but I'm not a Democrat. I don't even want to be associated with those people. They're criminals. They're criminals, and so are Republicans. But they're similar to Elon, where they're in your face criminals. Democrats are behind the scenes. I'm the good guy. But meanwhile, I'm truly the villain in the end. And I am glad though that people are starting to see through it. With the whole Luigi thing. In the media, the way the media was kind of turning on him, and that didn't work. I saw that. That's how you knew. That's how you know Republicans and Democrats work together, because both of them were trying to convince the American public that Luigi was an awful guy and he acted crazy for absolutely no reason. They couldn't understand why he was behaving this way. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, so you guys are just both the same people. Like, I understand you being like, oh, it's an act of violence and I don't condone it. I disagree with it because, revolutions often have violence. It wasn't called the French Conversation, it was called the French Revolution because of the violence. And, but they've made us very passive nowadays. So, any thought of anybody speaking up or picking up a stick and doing something is seen as this, lone gunman, crazy person, and he wasn't, you know. And they realized we couldn't kind of get in the trance, the usual trance that we get, because this is something that affects everybody. This is something that affects poor people, middle class people, and upper class people. This affects black, white, Latino, Asian, whatever. And it just didn't work. It just didn't work. And you saw how quickly they dropped it. Once they realized their little tricks and their little manipulation tactics weren't working, they dropped it. And that's because both sides are like, yo, these people are actually waking up to what we're doing. So we have to divide them again. Okay, the Luigi thing didn't work. We got to figure out a new way to do this shit. And yeah, it's sad, man. It's really sad. And I hope one day we wake up, and we are starting to wake up though, man. I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter, but people are coming at Bill Burr because apparently Bill Burr was saying that people need to start shooting CEOs in the street like wild dogs. And you know what? I am on a YouTube live and I don't want to get flagged for any certain type of term or anything like that. But I will say that his point of view was not the most unorthodox. How about that? Did that is there a lawyer in this live stream? Can they tell me if I passed? Bill Burr, for those of you who don't know, Kylie, Bill Burr is a very famous stand-up comedian. So he has a really famous podcast and stuff. He's huge though. He's like, I'd say out of all the guys that are out there, it's like Seinfeld, Dave Chappelle, and Bill Burr is one of those guys. He's a little bit lesser known than maybe like Seinfeld or Dave Chappelle because he never really had a monstrously huge TV show. He had F is for Family on Netflix, which is really great. And his podcast is awesome, and his specials are fantastic. He's literally like my favorite, favorite comedian. But he's one of those dudes who, he hangs out with a decent amount of conservative people, I guess you could say, or maybe not hang out, but he does stuff with conservative people. He's been on Joe Rogan. Him and Joe Rogan are old friends. They used to come up in the same comedy circles from Boston all the way to LA and stuff like that. But he knows what's up. He knows what's up. And you know what? That's what having a black wife will do for you. Okay. All right, white guys, listen, if you want to understand what's going on in this world, hey, find yourself a beautiful black woman. She will help you. She will help you. I mean, hey, they've helped me, you know? Sometimes you need that change, boy. God damn it, this cat is after my food. It's crazy. I'm gonna tear up another little piece, so leave me alone. I can live stream to the proletariat in peace. This fucking guy. There you go. I give him a big piece too. That's a fucking big piece. You know. I will say I do love watching a cat like eat. Sometimes like I give him like very nutritious foods and all that type of shit. But every once in a while, maybe like once a week, I'll give him like a chicken wing or something, not fried or anything. Usually just like boiled or microwaved, and then I cool it off so it doesn't burn him. But it's like it's cool watching me. Like sometimes I would smoke weed and just like watch my cat eat like raw chicken or like cooked chicken or something. It's like it's your own little Animal Planet documentary. It's kind of cool. They're meant to be wild animals. They're not meant to be here begging for chicken, you know. But yeah, my cat, he's one of the coolest cats, and mostly because he's a socialist as well. Okay, yeah, it's true. Yeah, Elon is just wilding. I mean, you know, not only did he do the certain salute that a lot of us are not a big fan of, but I just feel like he's just one of those people. It's like now he's flaunting it. It's like I wish billionaires were like old billionaires, where they just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up and be quietly evil in like a gigantic mansion room with like a fireplace. Be the billionaires we thought you would be. Be like the Ebenezer Scrooge billionaires. You know, the type of guy that gets visited by three ghosts. Elon Musk would get visited by three ghosts on Christmas, and he would just call them all gay and get them deported. That's really all Elon Musk could do. He would not learn from that Charles Dickens novel. Let me tell you, fucking lunatic that guy. No, get out of here. That's the problem with giving cat stuff. They give him one thing, and then he never stops bothering you. I thought this would stop him from bothering me. He's only bothering me more. Can't you see him trying to talk to the American public about our deep-seated issues right now? Get away from me. Stop it. But yeah, man. Yeah, Bill Burr, dude. Shout out to him, man. He's always been one of my favorite comics, and seeing him finally like flaunt how he feels about stuff, but not in like a look at me bleeding heart way is actually like really beautiful, man. Because it's just like he's the type of leftist that I think a lot of us need to be. Where it's like, oh, you see someone trans, it's like, oh, cool, whatever. You know what I mean? You see someone black, gay, whatever. Oh yeah, sure, whatever. You know, and it's not like a big deal, but it's not like, oh my god, your struggle. It's like, dude, like, and I will say this as a black person, who's been around white people for a long time. It's like, I appreciate the allyship in the sense of like understanding certain struggles, but like sometimes the fetishization of the struggle is unbearable, and I'm sure trans people feel that way too. I'm sure, Latino people feel that way too, Asian people and stuff like that, because it's just like, dude, I'm just a regular person. And that's the thing. It's like so much of what, you know, liberals and leftists do is based on like performative gestures. And a lot of them, even though they're performative, they do really care about what's going on. But I think it's just this like main character syndrome that everybody has with the internet, and how badly they want to be in front of everything. And it's just like, dude, this is affecting real people, and this is about real shit. Knock it off. Take off the uterus hat and get out of the Nazi's face. Okay? Like, is it too much to ask? Shut the fuck up. Just go to the polls. Go to your local city council meeting. Okay? We need to start paying attention to that shit. Because I'll be real with you. These conservatives, man, they know how to quietly take over a country. Am I right? I mean, Jesus Christ, man. And it's because it's like, you know, people don't know how to talk to liberals. We put up so many walls, and I understand it because there's so many things we passionately care about, and a lot of it's human rights based. But at the same time, and this is just me as a black person, I think being in a press group for so long and knowing about the history of black people and everything, I think we have learned that sometimes you got to give a little to get a little. And I think the main problem of a lot of leftist movements and stuff, and why the leftist movement hasn't really been doing so well, is because the leftist movement is full of white people. And that's not to like, and white people care. They definitely care, that's not like a joke and like, oh, they're all racist. They're not. You know what I mean? It's not like that. It's more just the fact of like, you know, a lot of oppression for a lot of white people is just more of a thought, or maybe they came out as gay or, something LGBT, and now they are that now. You know what I mean? So they had years and years of people being concerned about how they feel, and then they say that they're this thing. They just said a word, and now they're magically something that the world and specifically America no longer cares about. And so it hits them harder, and I can understand it. I mean, I can only imagine how upset I would be if I turned black when I was 25. Okay, but I was born into it. All right, I was born here. I was born and bred for this shit. So you get used to it. But that's really what it is. I think it's a bit of a culture shock in the way of like, oh my god, is this how everybody's been feeling this whole time? I thought rap lyrics were lies. This is all this stuff is real. People will like, I wear a dress now and a cop will crack me over the head. What the fuck? You know what I mean? And so they react in a very, very strong way of like, I'm hurt and everything is very, very intense. And it does hurt. And these things are intense. But you have to realize the power structures that we are living in. And the power structure is a straight white supremacist, patriarchal power structure. And so within that, you have to learn how to move. It's just like I was talking about earlier in the live stream, 48 laws of power. You got to think about how to move around things. You can't scream and cry and be like, you're abusing me. That's not going to change anything. It's not going to change anything. You know, um, black people, I think a lot of people when they take from the civil rights movement, they just see the protests and stuff like that, but they don't realize all the work that was done behind the scenes to really make those protests and these prolific speakers as palatable as possible to the public, but also as big as possible and really build a foundation under them. Now everything's about being on TikTok, everything's about being on your Instagram story, and everything's about how hurt you are right now. And it really hurts us, especially when it comes to the identity politics. It's like, number one, being a liberal is a very big umbrella. I think we have to like I was saying this the other day. I feel like liberals and like leftists will finally win when it's okay for somebody to be leftist and also racist. Does that make sense? I know that sounds crazy, but does that make sense to any of you guys? Because that's the real hard line. I think we're so deep into identity politics that we kick anybody out of the club that we deem unworthy of the club. When truth be told, we need to be convincing these people to join the club. And if anything, we need to show these people that they are actually in the club and they've been in the club the whole time and they've been tricked by these other people that they're in their club, but they're not in their club. You know, it's like, dude, there's tons of racist people who would probably go for social programs if you constantly took, the words like white supremacy and all that stuff out of it. I think that's one of the huge, huge things. It's like a lot of these, Republicans and stuff, realistically, what they hate about liberalism isn't necessarily the social programs and stuff. They really just hate people who, say that they can't say certain words and stuff like that. There's a lot of people, dude, who would truly, really and truly, there's a lot of Republicans who are for free school lunch, who are for free Medicare, who are for free college tuition, but you tell them that they use the wrong pronouns, so now they're the enemy. And they already grew up in a place where people, spoke a certain way and said a certain thing. So they feel at home within that. So once you kick them out for something that they legitimately need, they go right back over there and they're like, okay, for a second I thought we could have free healthcare, but you know what? Hey, if these black people are mad at me, then I guess I'm just gonna go back here. Fuck it. I'll be disenfranchised too, but at least I'm not gonna feel like an asshole. That's really what it is. What's up, Mike? How you doing, bro? How you doing, man? Good to see you, man. I like how the chat's doing well. We building up out here. We building up out here. Let's see, civil rights background work. We had to organize a mass boycott, not just yell at the. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mike Brown. These are people. First off, shout out to Mike Brown. He's a great comic out in New York City, man. Hilarious writer and stuff too. Make sure to check his shit out. But that's real, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a lot more than just the TikToks, bro. It really is, and that's the problem. Is like, I think the problem in general. I'm not even now. We're not even talking civil rights and shit like that. And human rights. I think the problem in general with humanity now is we've had all of our energy and all of our social skills monetized. You know, I mean, hey, I'm literally on an Instagram live, right? 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been on one. And not just because it didn't exist, but even if it did exist, I probably wouldn't have been on one until I saw so many people making a lot of money out of it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a stand up comedian. I want to do this and I have a good point of view. And right here, I'm being general. I'm being genuine about how I feel. And I'm showing you guys how I feel, but there's a lot of people manufacturing how they feel. And truth be told, bro, after a while, people don't know the difference. The average person would not know the difference between me and some dude who's like, did you see what happened in Gaza? 12 ways the Gaza Strip has been blown up today. Oh yeah, click, like, share, subscribe. You know, like there's just no, it's ridiculous. And we all get inundated with so much outward social energy that we can't really interact with. It's just coming at us. We can hear them, but they can't hear us, and you get bombarded by it. And through that, I feel like no one knows what's real, No one knows what's genuine, no one knows what's real. People just genuinely become apathetic at people sharing their feelings on a screen. Because if they felt connected to everyone sharing their feelings on a screen, they wouldn't be able to detach from this right here, right now. Sometimes you got to put the phone down. And the only way to put the phone down is to realize that, a lot of people on there be bullshit. You know? So I don't know. Can you believe it's taking me an hour to eat this ramen? It's still steaming too. I had to take a bite after that rant. I went in. I ain't even gonna lie. I had no playbook. What's funny? I did this on the last stream yesterday, man. I keep bringing these stream topics. I'm a hip hop guy, so I got all these live stream topics. I'm definitely pulling some of these, probably tomorrow or something, sprinkle them in. But, bro, sometimes you just gotta go wild, dog. Sometimes you just gotta just not give a fuck. Yo, shout out to the homie. What's up, Whimsy? Whimsy_1. All right. Coming through for the second time. I appreciate it, dog. I show the love. See, this is why I was doing the 7 day shit, bro. And to anybody else that's trying to do some content creation shit, man, I'm telling you right here, right now, bro, stick with the consistency. Whatever you can do, whether it's, something like try to do it as simple as possible or something that covers everything. Like, I do live streams. This is a vertical live stream, so I might not cut it up. But if it was a horizontal live stream, I would cut this shit up into like 8 different pieces and publish it on my shit, You Yeah, Mike. I'm going live every day for a week. I'm gonna see how far I can like really take it, and after that week, I'm gonna see how I feel about it, and really see if I get used to it, how many followers and subscribers I get from it, how comfortable I feel on here about it, because I'm really just trying to, get my shit together. Fit check, awful fit. I told you guys, yo. I'm sorry, bro. Okay, so you guys weren't here for the beginning of the live stream, bro. I literally, dog. I literally was talking about how I couldn't find my microphone. Usually I got my microphone plugged in and it's like really sharp audio. I literally was talking and ranting about how I couldn't find my microphone, so I just did it without the microphone. I open up the hoodie on the fit check and the shit is on me. See, see, this is why I need to do a live stream all the time because half the time I look like a damn fool, man. I'll be real with you, man. That's a fact, actually. Yeah, I am wearing a red, black, and green, man. Got the undercover Pan African shit. Hey, I'm Jamaican, bro. I am Jamaican. We care about that shit. I'm out here just like Common at a rap battle. And it's cold in here too, so I had to, I gotta keep on the beanie, dog. I gotta keep on the beanie, bro. Shit, man. I don't know what it is about New York apartments. They always fucking freezing out this bitch, bro. Freezing like a motherfucker, man. Yeah, dude. This is a vibe, man. This is a vibe. Uh, I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. Mike, hit me up, man, because I'm doing a lot of content and shit, and I'd love to have you involved in it, man. I fuck with you heavy. I fuck with you heavy, man. But I just wanted to talk about that Elon shit. I had to get that shit off my chest. Sometimes you just see some dummy, goofy shit, and you just gotta go off. like, I, like I literally saw, like, oh, Donald Trump says he's not gonna listen to Elon Musk about auditing social programs. Then 2 hours later says he's gonna slash Medicaid, and I'm like, yeah, I can do an hour. It's like, looks like I got my hour. You know. Which one's? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ex Machina. Yeah, I love that kid. That is one thing, man. He's the biggest bozo in the world, man. For real. Like he's just one of those people. Like I said, he reminds me of like Tony Stark if he got no ass whatsoever. Like it's like, bro, you could be doing mad cool shit, man. You could be doing mad cool shit. You could be feeding everybody. You could be helping the world scientifically, which he kind of acts like he is, but he not really. You know, like this dude's building rockets, and I really think the only reason he's building rockets is that so he and all the rich people can leave the Earth and leave us out here with the wreckage. Like on some Elysium shit. You ever watch Elysium, bro? Like on some shit like that, where it's like the entire world is the hood, and then a space station is like, you know, the flyest shit in the world. The space station is like Mar-a-Lago. That's what he's trying to go for. You know, Elon Musk is one of the only celebrities that I wished was actually at Diddy's house. You know, for real. I was hoping when the Diddy shit came out, it broke my heart. But I was hoping Elon Musk was there so that we would never ever see or hear from Elon Musk again. You know, like please, like I'm serious. Like I was like, please, like, God damn it. He wasn't on Epstein's island and he wasn't at Diddy's house. God damn it, man. I would trade Elon at Diddy's house would be wild, bro. I would say Elon at Diddy's house might make, Diddy's house, legal. Cause Elon, he got that technology shit. You know this nigga got sex robots hidden in some underground base somewhere. You wouldn't even need to, get Danity Kane at the crib anymore. If you had that, you know what I mean? You wouldn't need the pussycat dolls at the Diddy house. You wouldn't even need the baby oil. They probably have their own supply of baby oil within their mainframe or some shit. I'm just using computer terms, bro. But that's some real shit. He's definitely a freaky tech guy. I know this nigga a freaky tech guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, like give it a couple years. You're gonna hear some weird stuff about the homie. He's the type of dude who like, pays a woman to fart in a jar. He's like one of those guys. You know what I mean? Like You know, once you name your kid XNLMNOP, you want some different shit, bro. You know, he definitely got a cardboard box build. He's built like a homeless nigga. He built like he eat rice roni every day. You know, like not like uncooked. He looks like a Cracker Barrel addict. Dude is killing it every day at the Cracker Barrel. He looked terrible, terrible. You know, that's the one thing too. Is I not only do I hate Elon Musk because he's an asshole, but I also hate Elon Musk because he's been in America so long, affecting America for so long that a lot of people actually think this dude is American. He's not American. He's South African. Shout out to South Africa because there's a lot of cool people out there, but call that nigga back over there, man. Please call him back home. Please call him back home. We don't want him, bro. We don't want him. Mm. Yeah, man. I don't know what's gonna happen with the world, but the truth is, guys, is I feel like we all, as people, individually, need to, do a little piece. I know it sounds corny, but we each need to you know, push things forward individually for all of us to really, you know, get to where we need to be, guys. And hopefully one day we can see it. We keep being divided by the news and shit like that, Republican, Democrat. Like I said, bro, whether someone's racist or homophobic and shit, I don't really fuck with it. But at the same time, there's somebody that's fucked as well too, and really we need to realize that the class thing is the main issue that trickles down to all the other things. And that's something that was hard for me to realize and hard for me to admit. And but it truly is. And that's not to say that, if America became a socialist utopia, it still wouldn't be like racist. I'm sure it still would be. They would still find ways to cheat black people or not give a gay person something that they deserve. Absolutely. But it would greatly decrease it. It would greatly decrease it. And honestly, if you have enough for yourself, you have enough food in your belly, you can get your life, together, man. Um, you know, like just there, like you wouldn't be that upset. You just wouldn't be that upset. I am gonna talk. Shout out to Mike. Thank you for reminding me, bro. Um, Wait, Mike Kiplier just posted your IP on 4chan. What the? Who's Mark Kiplier? Is he like a? Is he a famous guy? Somebody told you to just. I just. Oh, I'm almost at AK. Okay, so that's somebody else just bragging about being at AK. Nigga, this is my live stream. Hop off your own dick. God damn it. All right, you said talk about one of the topics on my live stream. I will, because I'm at 7% right now, so I got to make this quick. I was thinking this the other day. This actually fits in with everything. I think Jon Stewart should run for president. Yeah, uh, I do. Okay, Mark Kiplier is a huge gaming YouTube with a massive fan base. Hey, if Mark Kiplier shared my shit, shout out to him, man. Hey, the more people that watch it, the better, man. I fuck with it. Shout out to Mark Kiplier. Help your boy. I'm trying to get monetized. But yeah, like I said, I honestly think Jon Stewart should run for president at least. What do you guys think about that? I really do think he should. Just because, and this is somebody who I'll say for years I've had a very big problem with with the Daily Show. I actually don't like it. I think that the Daily Show is one of the reasons that we actually have such a great divide between liberal and Republican. And that's because people my age, we were raised and we went to college based on a lot of these a lot of this a lot of these shows where we make fun of Republicans, and then they had a lot of shit that we can make fun of. I get it, you know, but I think it started this collegiate divide. Um, it started this collegiate divide, I think, like between, more liberal people and more conservative people, where liberal people had this sense of grandeur, to themselves, just being like, oh, we're smart and you're the idiots. And there's plenty of very, very smart conservative people. They lack total empathy, but they're very smart people. Somebody's saying, I'm sorry. They're saying people claiming to come from Mark Kiplier are falsifying. Oh, wait. Okay. He's just a heads up. He just posted your IP with a swat. Wait, so this Mark Kipler guy is like a huge like racist or something? Sorry, I was fuck the John Stewart story. This is getting juicy. This is a racist something to do. Wait, so he just heads up. He posted my IP with a swastika. People claim are false flagging. By the way, they come from a certain image board, not 4chan, but a splinter of it. Even worse. I mean, hey, you know, these are these are the this is the price of fame, I guess. I don't know what you want me to say, man. If he's trying to steal my identity or getting me doxxed, I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, what am I gonna do? Get jumped by a bunch of limp wristed Fortnite players? Fuck them, whatever. But this is what I'm saying. It's like there's so many people here. I'm a real person, you know what I mean? And this Mark Kilpier guy or whoever, or these people in the comments right now are, either lying about trying to dox me or they are actively trying to dox me. And it's because there's a severe lack of empathy going on when they see a person through a screen now. We have to cut off our emotions and shit now because we're so inundated by screens and shit. So now people are doing weird shit like this. Um, yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Dude's just a troll. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I needed that. Thank you. Shout out to all the real homies in the chat, man. I'm ranking up the viewers and the likes, so this is a good one, man. Oh, I guess this one will work too. I switched from the John Stewart thing before I go. Have you heard of this YouTuber named Gideon? Uh, Crazy. He's like huge. He has this like 7 million follower thing. This Gideon guy, and I looked into him. He was somebody who I guess was like a prankster, and and then he dropped that and like became like a Christian or something. But I recently just kind of stumbled upon one of his videos, and he did a video with the leader of the KKK in some like local town or something. And it's like weird. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even think I like got through it. I tried. It was like a 30-minute video. I watched about like 15 minutes of it, and it just made me sick. You know what I mean? Uh, and oh my gosh, no, no, no. Ah. Sorry, my cat is a fucking monster. God damn it, everybody's distracting me. This Gideon guy though, man. You saw him go after that. That shit was crazy. I told you, he's like a fucking tiger. It's nuts. But yeah, he's doing this thing, where he's carrying the camera and everything. And he's talking to all these people, and he's being like super friendly. And apparently, people in the town know him. I guess he must have done like previous videos with these people, and shit like that. But it was just like, bro, what are you doing, man? Like, I just hated the fact that he was trying to like humanize people like that. There's nothing wrong with humanize people who are conservative and stuff like that, but to humanize people who are in actual hate groups uh, is a really really awful thing. And I didn't know what he was trying to like gain from it. There is this extra, you know, I think kind of energy he's trying to put out on it. It's like we're all people. I'm learning about people. But it's like you're not having like a hard hitting like interview with this guy. You're just smiling. He's just one of those like you know, he's one of those smiley Negroes, man. He's one of those types of people, where it's just like he's the type of person who people think I am. Does that make sense? Like certain people talk to me because I smile a lot, I'm nice to people and everything, and they'll say certain things to me and everything. And I've always wondered, like, why did that white person think he could say that shit to me? Why did that black person think he could say that shit about like, gay people or even other black people to me? Why? And it's because of men like him. It's because of men like Gideon. Because no matter what, hey, I'm just here to talk to a KKK leader. It's like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? This is how, you say you're a man of God and you're doing shit like this. And I understand that, God loves everybody, but there has to be a little bit of distance from certain things. These are people who are in card carrying hate groups, and you're making like jokes with people at the bus station about where the local KKK guys are. It's insane, man. Um, Yes, exactly. They present it in its calmest form to make it seem more normal, and it's not normal. It's like, bro, you were hanging around with people that like that truly hate you. They don't even think you're a human being, and it's like, yo, if I have to be like that in order to be palatable to those types of people, well, fuck it. Get the rope and I'll see you at the tree. I don't give a shit, bro. You know, it's just shameful, bro. I can't dictate what any of you guys watch. Whatever, your life is your life. But yeah, don't fuck with that nigga, man. There's so many other people like you know. Yeah, a lot of people say Drake is corny and he is corny, but he ain't corny as that dude. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Um, and on that note, on that hate and anger filled note, I don't have hate for anybody, but some people are just clowns and you can't reward it. You cannot reward it. He's making money off of being with somebody that makes black people feel terrified. You know what I mean? Like it's not even like he's having a hard hitting interview. He's just humanizing people. My favorite YouTuber, I don't even know. To be totally honest with you, actually one of my favorites is Jamar. He's kind of reaction guy. Like he talks about other YouTubers and what's ever going on in current events and shit. So Jamari pretty heavy. I love his stuff. He's a funny dude. He's one of those people where it's like every once in a while you see a YouTuber that he like, you know what? If I met this dude in real life, I think I would fuck with him. And he's one of those guys. Definitely one of those guys. Other than that, I would probably say maybe like, I watch Joe Budden shit a lot. A Tozy. Ever since I used to not be like a YouTube guy, but then I started doing YouTube and I got YouTube Premium. Now I'm hooked. Shit is crazy. I watch this shit more than I watch TV, bro. YouTube really has outranked television and like even like streaming services, bro. It's crazy. It's like you think about YouTube, it's kind of a beautiful thing. And this goes back to me talking about the full circle type shit, right? Where it's like YouTube is the thing where it's like public access television, that you can check on whenever you want to, and it's like, YouTube and TikTok and Netflix and all that stuff kind of killed those things and then brought them back in different ways. But that being said, I only got like 3% battery on my phone, so I got to get off here. But I love you guys. Thank you so much, man. I ended up doing, an hour and 17 minutes. This is the longest ever had. And for you guys who are watching this, please put up the likes, put up the likes, put up the likes in the next, minute or so. What time tomorrow? I'm getting up for 8 tomorrow. I don't have anything to do tomorrow. I get off work around 5 o'clock, prepare myself, prepare my little topics. So 8 tomorrow. And make sure to, like, share, and subscribe. Like, not to be corny, but on some real shit. Because you press that little notification shit, and you'll see when I go live. And we can all share this moment again together. So I'll see you guys later. I love you. And burn the rich. Peace.